Happy Easter, everyone. Welcome again to the Franciscan Hermitage. Today, we're celebrating the resurrection. And if you recall, I mentioned this several times, when you read spiritual documents, you've got to look for the application that is behind the document. And so here we are talking about a quantum leap in the spiritual growth of Jesus from death to life. Now, the application of that is always practical. So, what the scripture is telling us is, in the same way as Christ rose to the resurrection in a new life, that's what we are supposed to be doing. We're being asked constantly to do a spiritual leap in our growth on a daily basis. And as Paul says in the second reading, you know, if you understand this, then you will be interested in growing in the Spirit. Now, just let me give you a practical example. A friend of mine 2 years ago was standing on the top of a staircase, and he had a serious drinking problem, and he simply passed out and rolled all the way down the steps. And when he came to, he didn't remember that he had fallen down the stairs. He just got up and walked away. A couple of months later, he was leaving a dinner party, and someone asked him if he needed help getting home. And he said, no. He does not remember getting into his car. All he remembers is waking up in the local cemetery on his back, on the ground next to his car. He had no idea how he had gotten there. Still, a couple of months later, he passed out again as he was getting into his bed. And the next morning when he woke up, realized that his head had banged in the frame of the door of one of the pieces of furniture there. And finally, the insight came. I have to stop drinking. And that's when he stopped. And just recently, I was speaking to him, and he told me, he said, you know, Justin, ever since I stopped drinking, my memory is coming back. He said, I'm remembering so many things. And he said, I feel so good physically. But, he said, when I woke up on that floor, I knew that if I'm going to love myself, I got to quit drinking. And if I'm going to love the other people who are here in this area, who share the streets with me, I'm not going to be drinking again. He made a quantum leap in his life to a greater spiritual growth. That's what this feast is all about. Now, you know, every time I put these homilies together, you know, I have the opportunity to look into my own life. And I have a very clear understanding of where I need to move my spiritual life. I'm working on it. Not there yet, but I've got that direction. Now, my point here is, I think that all of you, understanding this message from the feast today, are being called by unconditional, cosmic, divine love energy to make that quantum leap. And so I'm suggesting that as you go through this week, think about what it is that divine love wants you to do in your spiritual life to make another quantum leap. Every morning when I get up, I think of what God is asking me to do, and I got one special growth area in my life that I'm working on that's with me every day, and I can feel it becoming a reality every day. Now, the point is that when you get involved in your spiritual life this way, you are going to be a happier and a healthier human being. And you will be modeling for others as Jesus modeled for us. That's the challenge. So I wish all of you a very happy Easter, and hope that you will use this coming week to give your life, your spiritual life, some very clear direction, so that you can, like Jesus, be a model for others and become the person of Jesus for others. God bless you all, and stay happy.